my breathing. It's so nice, it's like a blanket on my life.
Hey, welcome back to the revival of the 3-Minute Book Club, where if you've ever had an interest in something, if you've ever wanted to know more about something, be deeper connected to neighbors, people in your family, want to have a deepening sense of God's creation, we ask, why not read the book about it? This is Funny Books, episode 2. This is the second time I'll cover funny books, and I have 3 books for you today. The first 2 are novels. The first one is by Charles Portis, who also wrote True Grit, Charles Portis, but the name of this book is Norwood. I do not have a physical copy of it. This one came digitally from me from the library. I'm having to read a lot of books that way, and I wasn't sure what to expect with this one, and it ended up being hilarious. So Norwood by Charles Portis, it tells the story of a Texas sort of ne'er-do-well who just can't really seem to get everything together. And it was published in 1966, so it's a little dated, but funny. And Charles Portis is a pretty well-known American author. Norwood by Charles Portis. The second one, I talk about this book all the time. I think I've talked about it in a 3-Minute Book Club before, which means I'm really trying to get you to read it. The book is called Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole. Personal favorite of mine. A little crass at points. You'll read through it and you'll be like, I don't really know what's going on here, but all the stories wrap up and connect, all these sort of separate things. Interesting backstory to John Kennedy Toole and how the book got published. It is a Pulitzer Prize winning, and it features the funniest, probably the greatest character in American fiction of all time. The character is Ignatius O'Reilly, and just is ludicrous and funny. All right, and then the third book that I'll talk to you about today in episode 2 of Funny Books is a book that I did not expect to be funny. It's called How to Be a Saint, and I read it because it talks about the history of saints and the history of how a person or all these saints have come to be canonized and how that works, how they turn into saints, how the church sees them as saints. It's called How to Be a Saint, and it is by Kate Sidley. She is a late-night TV comedy sketch writer, and she is from Cleveland. Inside of the book, there are not 1, but 2 references to Cleveland sports. There was also my hardest, loudest, laugh-out-loud moment in a book that I've ever read. While reading this book, I read it recently, again, digitally, because I'm having trouble finding physical books anymore. I'm having to convert over to digital. Womp, womp, womp. But this book was good on a couple of fronts. It told you a lot about saints, and it was enjoyable. And it's super readable. It's not a complex book, even though that topic seems hard. How to Be a Saint by Kate Sidley, a Baldwin Wallace alum in Cleveland, the same place where my oldest son and some of my money went. And, so I feel that connection too. So this is Funny Books, episode 2, and the books are Norwood by Charles Portis, Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole, and How to Be a Saint by Kate Sidley. If any of these interest you, why not read a book about it? Hey, it's good for you. Google them, look into it, and if they interest you, get your hands on them. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope you read one of these. I'll see you soon.